1. Swimming. In 1838 it was declared illegal to swim at public beaches during the day. This law was enforced until 1902. 2. In 1932, Francis D. Groot, a retired cavalry officer, managed to get himself selected as part of the honor guard at the opening of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. When the ribbon was about to be cut, he galloped forward on his horse and slashed the ribbon with his sword, declaring the bridge open in the name of the decent citizens of New South Wales. The ribbon was then tied back together and the ceremony continued. D. Groot was carried off to a mental hospital, declared insane and later fined for the replacement cost of one ribbon. 3. In 1954, Bob Hope was immortalized by the Guinness Book of Records for sculling 2.5 pints of beer in 11 seconds. Bob later became the Prime Minister of Australia. 4. Prime Minister Harold Holt went for a swim at Cheviot Beach, near Portsea on 17 December 1967, and was never seen again. The event has been referred to as the swim that needed no towel. 5. Australia Day. January 26, Australia Day, is the anniversary of ships arriving in Sydney carrying a load of convicts. 6. Australia was the third country, after the US and Russia, to launch a satellite into orbit. It was for the British, using a Blue Streak rocket. 7. A census taken in 1828 found that half the population of NSW were convicts, and that former convicts made up nearly half of the free population. 8. Convicts were not sent to Australia for serious crimes. Serious crimes, such as murder, rape, or impersonating an Egyptian were given the death sentence in England. 9. Police force. Australia's first police force was a band of 12 of the most well-behaved convicts. 10. The fierce snake or inland tapir has the most toxic venom of any snake. Maximum yield recorded, for one bite, is 110 milligrams. That would probably be enough to kill over 100 people or 250,000 mice. 11. Australia is the smallest, flattest, and driest inhabited continent in the world. It is the only country which is also a whole continent. 12. When a specimen of the platypus was first sent to England, it was believed the Australians had played a joke by sewing the bill of a duck onto a rat. 13. The Sydney funnel web spider is considered the world's most deadly spider. It is the only spider that has killed people in less than 2 hours. Its fangs are powerful enough to bite through gloves and fingernails. The only animals without immunity to the funnel web's venom are humans and monkeys. 14. Tasmanian Aborigine. The Tasmanian Aborigine was of a different race to those on the mainland with features more similar to Africans. No full-bloods live today. 15. Canberra. Because Sydney and Melbourne kept bickering over which city should be the capital of Australia, it was decided that neither of them would be capital and instead, a new capital would be built in the middle of them both. 16. Adelaide. Claim to fame is that it is a city that has lots of churches. Adelaide is the capital of the only Australian state never to have received convicts. 17. Perth, the last Australian state to receive convicts. It has been said most of them now work in Parliament or business. 18. POM. Australians refer to English people as POMs or POM. This is an acronym for Prisoners of Mother England. May have originally been an abbreviation for pomegranate, which is convict rhyming slang for immigrant. 19. Drop bears. Drop bears are an evil species of koala that fall from trees and attack humans. The evil strain of koala don't actually exist. The story was created to fool Americans. 20. The Great Victoria Desert, just one of Australia's barren areas, is larger than the United Kingdom. You could lose an entire country in Australia and never know it. 21. 7. A single cattle ranch in South Australia is larger than the state of Israel. 22. The longest fence in the world, the Dingo Fence, is in Australia, and it runs for over 5,530 kilometers. 23. The world's longest golf course, measuring more than 850 miles long, is located in Australia. 24. 11. Australia includes the world's longest stretch of dead straight railway track, a 297-mile length. 25. Australia is the only continent without an active volcano.